Hi there, Gemini. Thank you so much for tuning in. Loving the light to y'all here. We're here with your full moon in Aries reading, and this is going to peak right at the 24th of the month of September. Of course, so energy is fluid, so it may resonate a few days before the 24th and a few days after the 24th. There may be a focus even on the energies, let's say, leading in a week before the full moon when it peaks at the 24th, and also perhaps even a week after. Depending on where you have Aries in your very personal chart, there could be a focus on that particular area of life. So let's say you've got your Aries cusping your midheaven angle sign. That's the highest point in the birth chart, sometimes abbreviated as MC in the birth chart. There could be a focus on what it is that you are bringing to light for an audience, perhaps, what it is that you are also presenting, and there could be a focus on the visual sort of aesthetic of your craft. I'm hearing specifically in how it is that you are deciding to carry it out in a professional way, perhaps even in an academic way for a number of you. Nonetheless, I'm getting for a number of you, if you've got, for example, if you've got Aries cusping your ascendant angle, sometimes abbreviated as ASC in the birth chart, also considered known as your rising sign, then there may be a focus on the actual physical body, how it is that we are also interpreting the way that we are presenting what it is that we are and the way that we are. And that's just sort of coming through here. Becca mentioned that. Okay, now let us get on with your reading, dear Gemini. It's so very exciting. I was meditating on your energy, and the sort of feeling I was getting was like you want something to be absolutely perfect. It's like I'm hearing exclusive rights. I'm hearing exclusivity here. The Three of Swords in reverse, the Three of Wands upright, and the Empress in reverse. Interesting, because they're both associated. They're all three, but I said both. Take it as you will. There may be two individuals here who may be related, or two concepts that you may be working with, that you may be sort of merging with one another. For a number of you, I'm hearing two very, very separate thought groups I'm hearing as well. The Three of Swords in reverse and the Empress mirroring one another. All three cards here are associated with the number 3. 3 being the number associated with matters of creation. I'm hearing Matthew McConaughey with the Three of Wands here smacked up in the middle. I'm hearing someone gets a few goosebumps here and there, okay, when they see you, whatever that may be in particular for you, dear Gemini, okay, perhaps specific message coming through here. But I was meditating on your energy before I turned on the camera, and I was getting for you that, and out popped here the Mother of Wands, I'm saying, the Father of Wands, okay, in reverse, and the Lovers in reverse. This is your variant card in the Major Arcana, Gemini. I'm hearing you're toiling diligently away at what will be, I'm hearing, the final show, what will be the final display that's put on, and it may be related to matters of partnership. I'm hearing harmony, art, even beauty, matters related to Venus. I'm getting that for a number of you. I'm hearing Venus in Gemini. I'm hearing turquoise, whatever that may mean. I'm hearing turquoise love letter. There could be focus on communicating. I'm hearing the conversation out, the Daughter of Swords in reverse, but how are we going to do it? I'm hearing specifically the Ten of Wands upright, and this is perhaps causing a little bit of anxiety. I'm hearing for a number of you that in whatever way that you may take that, it's like, oh, okay, it's like I've practiced writing it out in this glitter pencil. I'm hearing specifically, and that you may have been getting really creative, really crafty with like how you can sort of modulate. I'm hearing the message. Ace of Swords. It's like, what is going to be the dynamic as well that is, let's say, struck in the moment that I am explaining. I'm hearing specifically explaining what I feel to be my take-home message. I'm hearing for you all, and there could be a focus on an audience here. Absolutely. You have the Temperance card as well, Gemini, that had popped out. And it's mirroring the Wheel of Fortune in reverse with the Nine of Wands upright smacked up in between these two. A focus on what it is that we are taking home. I'm hearing specifically the Daughter of Wands. It's like, what do we feel we are responsible for? I'm hearing specifically. I'm hearing workload, the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. There could be a whole, the Nine of Cups wants to just sort of be seen with the Ten of Pentacles. It's like, what is it that I feel I am really serious about on one hand, but then also sort of still creating and still crafting by way of how I interpret it ever more, I'm hearing specifically. And it's like, if let's say you've got work, I'm hearing specifically homework, it's like, okay, this is my thesis, but it's still all a matter of how I present it, and that's a very independent, I'm hearing clause that I am setting forth, whatever that means, particularly for you, the Five of Cups here. It may be related to how you are emotionally interpreting that frequency, I'm hearing, with which you are, so sort of opening up that, I'm hearing that way of now addressing what has been experienced for so very long, Gemini. Okay, now you've got the Ace of Pentacles. It's right over the Daughter of Pentacles, and it's so interesting because I could have sworn that the Ace of Pentacles was riding solo. I'm hearing specifically riding solo. The Daughter of Pentacles, though, was definitely, I'm hearing matching up for the game, and you've got the Son of Pentacles at the base of the stack, perpendicular here to the Daughter of Pentacles. Gemini, there is a focus on how far it is that we take this dream. I'm hearing this love letter I'm getting for a number of you as well. It's like, when I write this out, I'm hearing how much of my heart and soul do I want to really bear in it, and that's going to, in a certain way, reflect what it is that I am suggesting is the long-term perspective of this opportunity. I'm hearing of this venture, and it's sort of like it's all in the moment of how you encapsulate your vision. Gemini, I'm hearing Scorpio here with the Daughter of Swords in reverse. I'm hearing messages. I'm hearing marry me, whatever that may be in particular for a number of you. Perhaps a specific message coming through. The Four of Swords in reverse, right over the Daughter of Swords. I'm hearing they've got a childhood past. I'm hearing that they haven't yet silenced the Ace of Cups coming through, right over the Daughter of Swords in reverse, right next to the Four of Swords in reverse, that they haven't quite confronted. I'm hearing in terms of how they want to apply that past, and it may be your own energy. I'm hearing how they want to apply it creatively. What is the backbone of the venture? I'm hearing with the Son of Pentacles, and if you're dealing with an Earth sign, I'm hearing fire sign as well. I'm hearing Aries here strongly. There may be a focus on what the strategy is. I'm hearing the locomotion of this change. How is it that the train is going to sort of carry itself through? And somebody may be expecting or maybe working with you in tandem to derive a certain almost like I'm hearing standard to work with in how it is that this change is carried out. The Four of Pentacles in reverse, right over the World upright, the Five of Wands in reverse, mirroring the Four of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands in reverse, mirroring the World. Gemini, there's a focus on with the major, I'm hearing again, take home message. What is the prerogative of the project? And I'm seeing it as like, when we lay out the scroll on the table, we are really, I'm hearing, taking a very close look at the first letter on the page and the last letter on the page, whatever the meaning in particular for you. It's like, what are we confronting? I'm hearing the reality of, the synchronization of, I'm getting related to the Three of Wands. There's a focus on, and I was going to say this before, but the three threes, right? The Three of Swords, the Three of Wands, and the Empress. The third card in the major arcana associated with the archetype of Aries. It's like, I'm hearing get your high heels on. There's a focus for you, Gemini, on exactly what it is that you want to project. And I'm getting that you have the feeling that there's a whole lot that I could present specifically. It's like I could really project my talents, my skills in a certain way. I'm hearing with a certain level of discretion, whatever that may mean in particular for you. There could be also a strategic or legal side to that. And it's like, well, I could technically perform at this venue. I could technically write, I'm hearing co-author this book. But how is it that I want to really contemplate, I'm hearing, the theory of my performance in a way that is shining the light even brighter on what I feel to be my, I'm hearing again, take home message. It's like, what is it that is the very nucleus of this dream for me? What is it that I feel it speaks to on levels that are to be carried out into the long term? And there's a focus, as I'm getting it for a number of you, on the sentimentality, excuse me, Gemini, around I'm hearing the space that you feel is emotionally relevant. And I'm hearing chalk here with the Father of Cups, the Mother of Cups, both the Mother and Father of Cups coming through, the Ace of Wands in reverse, mirroring the Father of Cups, the Three of Cups upright, mirroring the Mother of Cups, the Two of Swords upright, mirroring the Ace of Wands in reverse, Justice upright, mirroring the Three of Cups. There's a major decision, Gemini. It's like this is something that I feel passionate about. But again, how is it that I am preparing for it also on an emotional level? How is it that I'm preparing for it on an energetic level? What is the interface to it? What will be the conversation piece that I'm hearing we wear as the wig of the confrontation? I'm hearing at the conference, whatever that may be in particular for you. It's like I'm hearing you're the speaker and I'm the speaker, and we're channeling and I'm hearing in your channeling, whatever that may be for you. There could be three individuals involved as well. For a number of you, there could be a Libra here involved, but I'm getting that it's almost like I'm getting this feeling of like a conference. It's like something I'm hearing colloquial, perhaps also I'm hearing like classroom. It's almost like these are my coworkers as well. There being a focus though, Gemini, on why you are making the decision that you are. And that's something that you are opening up in a certain way, in a collaborative way, but at the end of the day, it's like I'm seeing you like going to school. I'm seeing you going to a class or some sort of convention. You're interacting with a lot of people. It's like a super busy energy. And then it's like you get all these ideas and you have all this inspiration in a certain way, but not in a way that is, I'm hearing, quite forming an impression on you. It's just sort of like, let me just take it all in. Let me just soak it all in. And then I see you like going home and I'm hearing re-encapsulating your own vision. And it's like, okay, well, at the end of the day, it's still... I'm hearing I'm hearing salutation at the end of that message. It's at the end of the day, my philosophy that I am fine-tuning and I'm hearing grappling with uniquely. And if something just resonates with me, because I'm hearing it has my name on the front page of it, whatever that means in particular for you, take it as you will, can be taken, perceived, interpreted in a number of ways. I feel that that's something that eventually will also surface, even if, let's say, I don't address it directly. There may be a focus on two individuals here for a number of you. A water sign individual, let's say, who's very dynamic in the way that they express themselves, very dynamic in the way that they also consider themselves to be a part of whatever it is that you may be involved in. Someone who is very dynamic as well in the way that they sort of work with your work, whatever that may mean for you. It may be your own energy, Gemini, especially if you've got a lot of Pisces in your chart. I'm hearing specifically Pisces. This is, though, I'm hearing a match made in heaven, whatever that may be for you. It's like, I feel that I don't need to really feel anything around them because it's just so natural. I'm hearing it's so inborn. The character that I feel we play, I'm hearing in a complimentary way, whatever that may mean in particular for you, Gemini. Let us get the cards out, though, and see what's happening as we move into the full moon in Aries. Just a few days before, I'm going to pull a few cards and for when the moon peaks. Let's see here, Gemini, what's coming through? I'm hearing Damascus, whatever that may mean in particular for a number of you. I'm not gonna take my shoes off. Okay, take it as you will. I'm hearing let it loose, Gemini. Let it loose. The Son of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, okay? But it's interesting because the Son of Pentacles has his back turned away from the Seven of Pentacles. Kind of like, okay, I'm hearing that's hit or miss, whatever that may mean in particular for you. There's something that maybe feels risky for you and challenging even, but in a way of like, not what it's physically representing to you. It's like, well, that may be a viable direction that I want to move in. It might also be, let's say, really a money-making opportunity. It might be really promising in a certain way, but I'm hearing professionally as well. But does it align with my philosophy? And there also may be another individual involved here for a number of you related to the Libra archetype. Somebody who may also be playing a role that is, I'm hearing fiduciary, who maybe, it's almost like they're my accountant, okay? And it's like, I gotta run this by them. I'm hearing specifically for a number of you. And you got the Five of Wands in reverse, the Seven of Cups upright, the Four of Pentacles in reverse. There's a little bit of like, it's like I'm hearing take home message again. It's like what I'm hearing, what is the heartbeat of the memory I'm hearing as well. And you've got the High Priestess here in reverse, right over the Seven of Cups and the right over the Justice card. And it's almost like how am I swimming through this mantelpiece of a motive that I feel I would like to involve seriously in what I feel to be the direction that I'm now inscribing. I'm hearing that I'm making the sort of letterhead. I'm hearing the font on I'm hearing the front page of this dream. I'm hearing specifically for a number of you, the Son of Wands in reverse, mirroring the Nine of Swords upright. Okay, the Mother of Pentacles here as well, leading in with the Son of Swords. But again, the Son of Pentacles is at your apex here, right around the time of the full moon in Aries. Somebody may be playing a prominent role. I'm getting for a number of you that this is your own energy. I'm hearing Taurus here, Aries. I'm hearing awareness, Ten of Swords, sandwiching the Nine, sandwiching the Son of Pentacles, mirroring the Nine of Swords, 9-10 a sequence. Okay, visionary. I'm hearing visionary, visionary, visionary. Somebody has a heavy workload. I'm hearing for a number of you. Somebody may be really, I'm hearing busy, super busy. Somebody may also be almost like I'm hearing trickster here with the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Swords, the Son of Pentacles, and the Justice card. It's like how I'm hearing day laborer. It's like how do I maneuver? I'm hearing my daytime activities so that my nighttime activities can be I'm hearing support addressed. I'm hearing specifically can be included in what I consider to be the venture, whatever that means for a number of you. The Son of Wands in reverse is mirroring the Nine of Swords upright. Son of Wands is in reverse. Okay, let us get a few more cards in the Son of Wands. I'm hearing they're the speaker of the night. I'm hearing and the house, the Magician coming through, maybe a Sagittarius individual. This may be your own energy. I'm getting that for a number of you, Gemini, that this is your own energy, the Son of Cups in reverse. There is a I'm hearing man on a mission, whatever that may mean in particular for you, related to the Son of Cups in reverse, the Temperance card upright. The feeling is that somebody is going to make an appearance specifically here, Gemini. I am hearing Sagittarius. I'm hearing they've got Sagittarius, they've got Leo, they've got some Aries perhaps in their chart as well, and everyone has every sign, but I'm getting it as a prominent archetype. It's like when I hang out with them, I just feel the Aries in their chart. Okay, I just feel the Libra in their chart. I'm hearing in the way that they lick their lips, whatever that may mean in particular for you. Okay, Temperance here, right next to the Magician. They're really motivated. The Sun here, they see an opportunity with you. I'm hearing specifically that they would like to manage as a direction that is manageable, but in a way that doesn't take itself too seriously. It's like I want to make sense of what I'm experiencing. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at that card right there. I just kind of flung out into the future position, horizontally laid, right next to this red pen that sits on my desk, okay? And it's upside down, and the Fool has its eye on it. Let's take a look there. But first, here, the Fool is right above the Son of Wands in reverse. Somebody I'm hearing is a makeup artist, the Father of Wands in reverse, in whatever way that may be meant for you in particular. Take it as you will, can be taken, perceived, interpreted in a number of ways. Somebody is very, I'm hearing childlike, playful even. It may be the energy of another, it may be your own energy. Though the feeling I'm getting for you, Gemini, is that they want to manifest something serious with you. And I just caught sight of the Ace of Cups, and it's like, okay, well, when I hand them, I'm getting this vision of someone who's like, it's like, I'm hearing, I want to know what love is. It's like, it's sweet. It's a sweet sort of feeling, Gemini. It's like they've never really, it's like I've never climbed that mountain. I would love to check that peak out, whatever that may mean for you. But after we first settle down in the valley, whatever that may mean for a number of you, the Justice card, Justice, I'm hearing Justice here. The Judgment card coming through. Mirroring the Fool, I'm hearing, they feel though that, well, in order to make that motion and movement forward, I just caught sight of the Hierophant, or maybe focus on a partnership here, perhaps taking a next step in matters of partnership. I'm hearing home as well. They realize that they've got to make a big boy decision, whatever that may mean in particular for you, particularly as it pertains, and maybe your Varan energy, as it pertains to how we are acting on the emotional space in a physical way, I'm getting for a number of you, but also in a way that is really reflecting appropriately, I'm hearing, our ideologies. And the focus is on, for this individual, if Gemini, if you're dealing with someone who's like a little bit, I'm hearing, childish, like they speak through innuendos, I'm hearing specifically. Again, it may be your own energy. The sort of feeling is like, okay, how do I hop, skip, and jump my way to the palace of of parenthood? I'm hearing specifically for a number of you. It's like, how do I play this game? I'm hearing still remaining intact, my childlike sense of wonder, but at the same time remaining fluid in how it is that I am also communicating my system of beliefs. I'm here, my perception of this experience. I'm getting for a number of you strongly. 3 of Pentacles in reverse, mirroring the 9 of Cups upright. The 10 of Cups has just fallen out on top of the 9 of Cups perpendicular to it. I'm hearing dictation. There's a whole lot of analysis here. There could be a long cycle here, Gemini, that has been alluded to. The Ace of Cups upright, I'm getting it. It's almost like it's like labor. It's like, okay, it's been like how many months now? It's like that we're carrying this baby around, but it's very exciting at the same time. 2 of Wands coming through. Let us take a look here at this card, the Daughter of Wands. Okay, they want it. I'm hearing take it home. They want to take you home. They want to go home with you. That's like, what is that space going to look like? I'm hearing specifically. And there's like, I'm getting like fantasies. Okay, with the Fool, mirroring the Star. You may absolutely be dealing with Aquarius. This energy may be sort of activating in your own chart, and if you've got, let's say, Neptune in your 11th house, if you've got Pisces cusping your 11th house, I'm getting this as being an energy for a number of you that may be coming through. And it's like, how can I dream of the possibilities? Again, I'm hearing, I want to know what love is. It's exciting. The Mother of Cups. Okay. I'm hearing there's a certain, level and dose of, I'm hearing forecasting what will be made of the Daughter of Wands, and this is sitting in the future position. And I'm going to take a few cards on this energy for you, Gemini, here right as we move out of the full moon in Aries. Okay, I'm hearing Hideaway. Is that a song? The Devil here coming through right over the Daughter of Wands. I'm hearing Daughter of Pentacles as well. Let us get another card out. Ace of Swords. Okay. These I'm hearing. This is a conversation that happens. The Father of Pentacles in reverse. This is a conversation that happens heart to heart. Okay, it's like it's not enough to write the letter. I'm hearing with ink. It's like the ink has to be, I'm hearing, properly sourced from what feels to be a space that can't actually be spoken for, and that is somewhat of almost like I'm seeing it as like a puzzle that they've still kind of got to configure. It's like, how do I put the pieces together in a way that doesn't, I'm hearing, also give away entirely my my magic sauce, whatever that may mean for you or this individual. The Ace of Cups upright, sort of feeling is like someone may be playing hard to get a little bit too. Okay, it's a sort of feeling I'm getting with the Fool, but not in a way that and always teach your personal intuition, Gemini, right? And of course, general reading. And if you'd like a personal reading, you can click the link below in the description box to provide, that will route you to check out the services that I offer. For the personal readings, there are a few different types depending on how in depth you like to go. there is a partnership version as well of those readings, okay? But the Emperor coming through mirroring the Fool. I'm hearing it's like somebody wants to grow up already, okay? It's like I want to give it to them, but to do that, I've got to first give it to myself. I'm hearing as credit of what it is that I am possible. I'm hearing I hold potential to represent, and it's like someone really wants to message you, okay? The Ten of Pentacles in reverse, right over the Tower. There is a feeling of pressure though here a little bit, but I'm getting that they it's interesting. There's really interesting energy here at the Fool. It's like they're not taking their own decision seriously. It's almost like they're trying to almost I'm hearing situate themselves within the context that is sort of like the space shuttle of their self-awareness, whatever that may be trigger for you. It's like I'm still kind of like feeling my feathers out. It's like I feel like I just cracked that dino baby shell open not too long ago, and I'm feeling it out. I'm hearing, what's the weather like out here, guys? Sort of feeling. It's like a very, it's like a light, sort of loosey-goosey sort of feeling. I'm hearing tango, temperance on the 24th, whatever that may be for you. The Two of Swords coming through. Okay, it's a cheeky sort of energy, and it's almost like there is this shift. I'm hearing they're growing. They're literally like growing, Gemini, whoever this individual is. And again, a specific message perhaps coming through for a number of you. If you resonate with this being, let's say, another individual, again, it may be alluding to a certain part of your chart as well. The Wheel of Fortune sitting perpendicular to the Fool. And if, for those of you who don't know, let's say, your alignment and you like to calculate them, you could do so via the link in the bio description box below. Just click down to that link and you can compute your placements, okay? But it's like there's this sense of like I'm hearing parenthood. I'm hearing growing pains as well. It's like I'm hearing again. I want to know what love is. The Two of Cups coming through, Gemini. Okay, and it's like I'm seeing this person like they're like going home. I'm hearing, and they're like listening to like tapes. I'm hearing specifically. I'm hearing Daughtry, whatever that means for a number of you. They're like listening to like tapes. Like. I'm hearing it's like how to swoon. I'm hearing specifically how to swoon I'm hearing a sweetheart, whatever that may mean in particular for a number of you. It's like how do I make that call? I'm hearing all the way home, whatever that may mean in particular for you. And there could be, it's like I'm seeing them like looking at like tapes and songs. I'm hearing singer-songwriter here with the Fool as well. I'm hearing labeling record producer, the Five of Swords here coming through. It's like this feeling of childlike wonder, okay, as well as I'm getting it. That's very inspiring, very inspiring, but at the same time, honest and forthright with the seriousness of what is being considered and what is also to be eventually capacitated on a level that is like to be made public. The Chariot in reverse, right, or the Ten of Swords upright, Judgment card horizontally laid. For a number of, there may be two individuals here that may be involved. Okay, dear Gemini, thank you so much again for tuning in. Love and light to you all here. Enjoy this period of the full moon in Aries. And let's see, I'm going to be following this reading into the moon manifestation cycle reading. So to check those out, feel free to click the link below in the description box to provide, and that will route to those readings. Nonetheless, thank you so much again for tuning in, Gemini. Love and light to here. I'm hearing Libra as we trail out. Thank you so much again for tuning in. And I'm hearing Leo as well. I'm getting there's a focus on publicity for a number of you, working with an audience, with the public in some kind of way. I'm hearing the biosphere, whatever that means for you. Loving light to here. Thank you so much again for your support. All of you, energetically above all, thank you for connecting and sharing this journey together. Enjoy the full moon in Aries, and I'll see you soon. Bye, Gemini.